It's one of the most dreaded signs of aging, achy joints. But I got good news. The pain is preventable. Today, I'm giving you a 3-step plan to keep your joints healthy and you feeling young. Cindy is here. Now, she says her achy joints make her feel older than she is. So describe those achy joints.
It's a throbbing pain in my knee, especially when I go jogging, which I love to run, but I can't get to that 3rd mile without feeling that throbbing pain start.
So what have you been doing to try to help it out?
I try to soak it in a hot bath, take a hot bath. I'll put my legs up, but I have to admit, the easiest thing to do is reach over for that pain medication over the counter, pain medication.
I've got some better ideas that can
Okay.
So let's talk about the knee for a second. Here's some purple gloves just for you.
Oh boy, okay.
And I've color coordinated, I have purple gloves as well. This, my friends, is what an actual knee looks like.
Oh boy.
And we've not been able to show this too often on the show because it's hard to get real bones like this, but this is someone who actually had arthritis of their knee.
Okay.
You'll notice that you have this nice glistening surface. Feel that if you don't mind.
Oh, smooth.
Pretty smooth, right?
Yeah.
And then you see this little white stuff here? That's actually the cartilage.
Okay.
Now, I want you to know something else. You see that white area there? Can everyone see that? Go ahead and feel that if you don't mind.
Right here.
No, right there.
Oh, right here.
That
Oh,
rough-
that's like rough. And
That's
it's like a
roughened,
bone.
right. So we want to keep all this as lubricated as possible because if you've got irritation of this bone, you'll sometimes get these kinds of crevices. And that raw surface will actually be quite painful over time.
Okay.
It results in
So
a lot of
that
friction,
could
stuff
be
you don't
my
want.
knee.
In fact, I've got a better example than this even, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I have an x-ray.
Okay.
I'm going to show you what we look for when we x-ray your knees. Have you had any x-rays of your knees?
No, I haven't.
So hopefully, if you did an x-ray, it would look like this.
Okay.
Again, the thigh bone here, the shin bone here, you notice there's a lot of little dark, evenly placed space there. You want that. These are the ligaments, by the way. These are the white things. But that nice dark area means there's good space between the bones, so the bones aren't touching each other.
Okay.
Now, stay right here, but look over here. See this bone here? See how there's no darkness here? The bone is touching bone. Right. This is what inflamed, irritated bones become over time, especially if you don't address them in a meaningful way. So I want to keep your bones looking healthy like this.
Me too.
So there are 3 important steps to make us feel that way, look that way, and age that way. I'm going to walk you through them. Pardon the pun, walking through them.
Okay.
I think of this stuff all night long. All right, so step 1 is to reverse inflammation.
Okay.
And we do that by taking 2 important steps. The first is a dietary do, and the other is a dietary don't. So give me an idea of the kinds of foods you eat during the day when you're not out there running.
I love apples. I love salad and tomatoes, and I throw avocado in there, and broccoli. It's like one of my favorite vegetables.
All wonderful choices, but they don't actually, any of those foods, have a rich source of omega-3s, which I want you to include. Omega-3s are like dousing the fire of your body. There's this beautiful oily substance that sort of lubricates everything, including your joints, great for lots of other parts of your body as well. But I want you to get omega-3s in every meal. So I've taken the liberty of preparing some. This is a chia seed with almond milk breakfast.
You know, I have a bag of that at home, but I don't know what to do with it. And
Taste that, if you don't mind. Please.
Wow.
I know it looks sort of crazy, but when you actually taste it, I like the slipperiness of the chia. It actually grows a lot.
Oh, wow.
It swells with fluid.
Wow, that's pretty,
Nice.
yeah, I like it.
And very filling as well.
That was good.
Okay, this is a salmon salad. Everyone knows salmon has omega-3s. Yogurt doesn't have omega-3s, but walnuts do.
Okay.
So another good source. You can put some honey on it to make it sweeter as a snack in the middle of the afternoon. And this is an interesting one that sort of surprising to a lot of folks. This is a tofu stir fry. But tofu has omega-3s.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, most
I
people
did not know that.
would be surprised, but there's many ways of getting them, but you got to pick the right foods. Now, there's a dietary don't that I hinted at.
Okay.
Sugar.
Oh, I like my sweets. I do. I like them.
Everyone likes their sweets,
Yeah.
and I hear the groans in the audience. But sugars trigger this release of inflammatory chemicals that make your knee feel like the one I had on there earlier.
Okay.
But more importantly, because they cause these cytokines, these messengers from the body to say, hey, panic, there's a problem here. You don't want to have those sugars in your body, independent of the weight gain. So if the word ends with OSE on an ingredient level, like fructose or sucrose, you want to be very careful about it. Okay, so that's step 1 is eat the right things. Step 2 is you got to actually restore function of your joint with exercises for 2 reasons. They bring more blood to the joints if they're being moved around, but they also strengthen themselves. You want those muscles so strong, they literally are pulling the joint apart, preventing the bones from touching. So you mentioned you go running. Do you do any exercises for your knees at all?
I love doing dance moves, and I love doing light aerobic with weights.
Oh, perfect. So when you do the aerobics with weights, you can do it this way as well, but I'm going to do it without it for now. I want everyone in the audience to join me for this. Please stand. Let's get everybody up. You'll be thanking me forever for this. It's one of the best ways to protect them.
This is to strengthen my knees?
To strengthen your knees. If the muscles are strong around the knees, then the bones won't be touching. You'll have less friction, less irritation, okay? So like a mummy, put your hands on your chest.
Okay.
Don't do it up there. No one fall, please, especially for the higher-uppers. Then slowly sit down like you're sitting on a toilet bowl. Touch your bottom and come back up again. Well, you want to do 10 reps of these. Pretty straightforward to do. Not too difficult, right?
No, that's not bad.
All right. Guys, you did very well. Thank you. Have a seat. All right. Now, stage 3 is I actually want you to repair the cartilage, if you can, with a joint health supplement. And this is really important because we're learning more and more about how simple nutrients that we found in the environment can actually be helpful to us, and some of them we make ourselves. Right. 2 key ingredients for everybody, glucosamine and curcumin. Do you take any supplements at all?
Vitamin D, I take a B12, and calcium.
So to really specifically strengthen up the knee area and help provide the lubrication we're speaking about, I want you to think about what I'm saying right now.
Okay.
Glucosamine is naturally produced in our body. Our body makes it to help keep the fluffiness and the juiciness of the joint and the cartilage in particular. So some studies have shown that supplementing yourself with glucosamine actually seems to help those suffering from osteoarthritis. So I like that. You should check that little box off. Curcumin is interesting. It's very potent as an anti-inflammatory. It's found in lots of foods. It's what gives turmeric that yellow color if you eat Indian food, for example.
Yes, okay.
And they did a cool study recently where they took 2 grams of curcumin and they actually used it for people with joint pain. You mentioned you don't like to grab the over-the-counter anti-inflammatory pills. It was equivalent to ibuprofen in reducing osteoarthritis of the knee.
Wow.
So I think when I have natural ingredients, I'd like to take advantage of that.
Yes.
So I've got a gift for you and for everybody else.
Thank you.
This is your gift.
Oh,
But
great.
before you grab it, our trusted sponsorship partner, USANA Health Sciences, makes a product called PROCOSA that has these 2 ingredients in it. USANA's PROCOSA contains a proprietary blend of vegetarian glucosamine and a highly absorbable form of curcumin. And it's used for over 700 professional and Olympic athletes all around the world. And folks, if it's good enough for them, it is good enough for me. So beginning tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, you can go to droz.com to be one of the first to receive one of the 1,000 bottles of USANA's PROCOSA that were given away. An audience, I would never forget about you either. You're all going home with PROCOSA as well. Thanks to our friends at USANA.